So the new and final Conjuring movie just came out, and so for this weekend, I'm going to be watching every Conjuring movie from the first to the last one. In this video, I have The Nun because I'm starting chronologically instead of the release order. I'm watching them in chronological order. Set in 1952 Romania, two nuns at the remote St. Cartha's Abbey fall victim to an evil force. The sole survivor, Sister Victoria, takes her own life, prompting the Vatican to dispatch Father Burke and the newly becoming Sister Irene to investigate. Accompanied by Frenchie, the local courier, they uncover a seal binding the demon Valak, manifesting as a sinister nun within the abbey's walls. As eerie visions and supernatural attacks escalate, Irene's growing faith and Burke's haunted past converge in the catacombs, making them have to face not only their own hurdles, but also Valak. Irene's loyal belief clashes with Burke's guilt over a past failed exorcism, attempting to create emotional stakes beyond just cheap scares. But the story feels just as empty and lackluster as the scares do. And the Abbey's holy walls conceal a demonic corruption, and I think that mirrors how trauma can fester behind closed doors. Sister Victoria's suicide and sacrifice, and Irene's willingness to risk herself, emphasizes the personal cost in battling not just Valak, but her also own spirits. And the remote gothic setting is perfect for this movie and for the atmosphere, as it makes the characters feel more vulnerable, which just makes the lack of any rich scares feel more disappointing, as I feel like all the scares that they tried to execute just did not live up to what I wanted. Taissa Farmiga carries both vulnerability and determination, grounding the supernatural horror with believable empathy. Demian Beecher, I think that's how you pronounce his name, brings gravity to a priest tormented by doubt, and his measured intensity amplifies the movie's darker moments. Ernest Bloquet is charming yet haunted. His transformation from ally to a vessel for Valak by the end is subtly unnerving. Bonnie Aarons as the biggest standout in this movie, as her physical presence alone through posture, gaze, and minimal dialogue elevates the demon to an unforgettable icon of terror. Directed by Corin Hardy, The Nun leans heavily into gothic horror aesthetics, where the abbey becomes a character itself with the arches, the corridors, and the candlelights that create that classic 19th century goth atmosphere. Hardy's use of sudden sound design like whispers in the dark, drumming footsteps is most of what is used to create an eerie atmosphere, with some jump scares that just felt too short of a great build-up. The pacing alternates between slow tension build-ups and abrupt scares, but the rhythm that's used in this movie just felt inconsistent and almost like indecisive. But this movie does cement the nun's identity within the Conjuring universe, but yeah, this movie just felt too generic, especially when it came to how they tried to use the scares, and I just have to give this movie a C+.